What's good, folks? We back. Today, we're going to be talking about Life is Strange. But I haven't ranked the actual powers yet. Now, what I mean by that, I'm talking about the abilities we know, like Max's reverse time, and the little conspiracy videos I did about Rachel powers and Samuel powers. But I'm going to be ranking them, and I'm also going to rate them on how useful they are in everyday life, how much they matter to the story, and also, I'm going to get into all the drawbacks of the powers. So, with the worst power on this list, we got Chloe Price. Now, you might be saying, Chloe don't have no power. She kinda do, a little bit. Doesn't win it any argument. I know it's not really a superpower. But, and before the storm, she got this ability to just win any discussion that she's having. And it might be her stubbornness, her rebellioususness, or just her attitude, but she always seemed to get her way in the debates. To be honest, it's way more like a life skill than a superpower, but it is a game changer. Listen, it's not no rewinding time or controlling object with your mind, but she is good debating. You do gotta give her that. Now, first thing I'll be ranking, how much did it impact the story? Now, there are two ways I could go here. I could go with saying, and before the storm, it impacted it a lot, or I could add the OG Life is Strange to it. Now for this one, I'll leave the OG Life is Strange out. I'm gonna say story impact, I give it a 6 out of 10. Not bad, not bad. It's still impactful, but I don't think it really drove the narrative like any other power. Now everyday use, for Chloe perspective, I might get an 8 out of 10. But in general, probably like a 6 out of 10, because I'm not arguing with everybody on the streets that I see, but it can be helpful, even though sometimes it might not even work. Now for the next thing I'm gonna rate, I'm gonna call it power level. Now what I mean by power level this time, I'm talking about how much power does it really put in your hands. Like, can you control the world with it? How far will it get you? Is it unbeatable? Do you become able to beat Superman or something? But for this one, I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10, because let's be honest, it's not really a power, and the big con to it is that it might not even work, and the worst thing is it might even put you in a worse situation than you already were in. But on to the next one. This time we got Samuel. Yeah, he might seem like a quiet janitor, but listen, Samuel, he know way more than he leading on. And in fact, he can actually see the future. They ain't gonna get too deep into it this time, cause I already did in some past videos. But listen, Samuel, when it comes to story impact, I gotta give it a 4 out of 10. Cause Samuel, he really doesn't change any of the events directly, but his foresight, he could really help guide people on the right path. Whether that path be good or bad, we don't even know. But with everyday use, for Samuel, he feeding the squirrels. He's seeing when it's time to get up out of there. And in general, it would be a good power. It would, most definitely. But I'm gonna have to say 8 out of 10. Listen, seeing the future is a game changer in every day-to-day life. But since I don't know the mechanics of how he's seeing it, like is it just the big things? Can he really focus on the future of all the little things that's gonna happen? Like if the squirrel gonna come today or come tomorrow? But that everyday use, I'm gonna get 8 out of 10 though. Now, overall power level, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, because you can't really directly affect anything. You just gotta play that little guy role and get people into a better situation. But it's most definitely helpful. So power level, 6 out of 10. Next person we talking about though, Rachel Amber, with her emotional manipulation. Now with this, there's some mysteries about Rachel Amber, and with this theory, I'm basically saying Rachel Amber, she takes people's emotion and manipulate them. That's why people are so drawn to her. Like, it's almost like she's this larger than life personality that everybody love. I think she's just bending folks' emotions though. But story impact, I gotta give it a 8 out of 10, because listen, Rachel Amber influence, it really centers around the entire story of Life is Strange Before the Storm. And it carries into the first Life is Strange. Because with everybody getting so attached to her, that's the whole reason why we on the search for Rachel Amber in the first place. So story impact, definitely got good at 8 out of 10. Now everyday use, it might also be an 8 out of 10 because controlling emotions in real life, it'll be super useful. Whether it's making people calm or making people angry because you a troll or something, it would be good though. So everyday use, 8 out of 10. Next thing though, power level. How much power does this really give you? It's not flashy like some other powers, but emotional manipulation, it could deeply affect others and help them out with their situation. Like how Chloe had changed her life around a little bit. I ain't say for the best, but she did change because of Rachel. So I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10 on power level. Next up though, we got another one, Alex Chen from Life is Strange True Colors. Now her ability, it's like she absorbing people emotion, and she kind of feel what they feel. But I feel like this one would have way more impact than Rachel's ability to manipulate them, because she could help them heal and she could help them confront their issues. Now story impact, I gotta give this one a 8 out of 10. Because listen, even though it revolves a lot in the story, ultimately it's not really the cause of Gabe Chen's death in the first place. That was just some misfortunate accident. And her powers, yeah, they led her to beating up old dude, but it's still effective. Now for everyday use, listen, when I think about it, you gonna be able to feel what other people feeling. Now it can be helpful, and you could live an amazing life with it. But at the same time, if you're around some toxic folks, oh yeah, you might want to steer clear because you might just crash out. But for the power level, it's not physically the strongest, but the emotions, they are power in itself. And with you being able to change the course of people's lives and really connecting with them like that, I gotta give the power level 7 out of 10. Listen, I know you could change lives, but I don't think you could really take over the entire world with that. But you could definitely make the world a better place. Or you could just go crashing out all over the place, depending on who you around. But one of the cons, the biggest con for this, it is just what I said about just crashing out around bad people. If you're around angry people, yeah, this power it ain't gonna be good for you. But if you surround yourself with loving folks, then this power is beautiful and it'll make your world a whole lot better. But let's get out of these emotion things. We tired of emotions. In second place, we got Daniel Diaz, Life is Strange 2. Now this telekinesis power is some of the most powerful abilities in the whole series. Listen, Daniel can move stuff with his mind, and he can really protect the people he care about. And as the story goes on, this man could lift trees and roots and whatever out the ground if he wanted to. So with training, oh yeah, he a force to be reckoned with. Story impact, I gotta give it, I'm close to saying a 10 out of 10 because it did, the whole center was around Daniel's power. I'm gonna say 9.5. Listen, the 0.5 come out there because at the end of the day, a little bit of paint landed on somebody and the whole story started off from there. But yeah, story impact, 9.5 out of 10. Now everyday use, hey, if you need to grab something across the room, telekinesis could make it easy. But you gotta be careful not to accidentally break the whole house down. But I don't think it's that useful for me. Yeah, I could be lazy and just move stuff with my mind. But I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Listen, I don't know how much you need telekinesis. Maybe in certain aspects it could be higher. Like, if your job is to pluck trees out the ground, oh yeah, go on, use your mind and pluck all the trees out the ground or whatever you want to do. But for me, yeah, telekinesis is not that impactful for everyday use. And I'm not getting into wars with no superheroes or nothing, so I'm cool. Now the power level, it gotta be a 10 out of 10. Listen, this is one of the most powerful things in the series. This man could protect you, he could destroy you, and the big drawback is that if he crash out, yeah, everything get to flying. You don't know who could get hurt. Look at Sean. Sean eyeball got hurt in the process of him crashing out. So that is a good drawback. Now, number one, we already knew who it was. Time rewind. Listen, she could undo almost any mistake, and she could always explore the alternative outcomes in life. Story impact, 10 out of 10. And the time rewind ability, it really drives the entire story of Life is Strange, and it makes it the most impactful power in the entire series. Everyday use, definitely 10 out of 10. Listen, if I had the power to rewind time, I'm making all types of. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm gonna give me some bread. Think of the cheese you could make with that. Think of the trolling you could do. You could literally backhand somebody in the reverse time and then shake their hand afterwards. Like, I just feel like you could have some fun with that power. That's probably the most funnest power you could ever think of. And this power, it'll be a dream in real life. So, 10 out of 10 for everyday use. Power level, physically, it's not as powerful, but the ability to manipulate time and the outcome, limitless potential right there. I'm talking about you might really be able to take on anybody with this. So power level, listen, this one, it puts the entire world in your hand. 11 out of 10. Like, do you know how much you could do with this? You could really change the entire world. Now we get into the drawbacks. The drawback is that if you use this power, you gonna create a small tornado that's gonna take out your entire city. And yeah, that's not good at all. But I really want to hear how you would rank them. Like, do you think reversing time is worth it if it causes a small tornado that's gonna take out a whole city? Me? Hey, you see I ranked it number one. Listen. Before you say anything, when I'm thinking about this, I'm like, hold up, let me go to a place that's already gonna have a tornado. Cause I'm trying not injure no folks. But that power, man, that power might be worth it. But if you like the video, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you wanna, and we out.